Highly beautiful. It was
Brilliant
beautiful.
one.
Absolutely. And now let's talk about brilliancy. Let's talk about erudition. Let's talk about young people who are doing us proud. We are talking about the young girl who happens to score the highest mark in JAM, also blazed through a WAEC. The WAEC result came out and she happens to be, she got up as much as 7 A's.
No, eight
A's
and
and
a
one
B.
B2. So it tells you that this girl is not a fluke. At this time, I think scholarship should be flying around for her.
Oh, she's got one already from Anambra State government. And you see, this is where parents feel, look, our efforts, the things we put in place, they're not a waste. This girl just captured it all by making her parents proud. If I'm her parents, I couldn't be prouder.
Yes.
It was beautiful. Look, it is.
It is.
That's huge.
Precisely, her name is Kamisoye Ume.
Kamsiyo
Yeah,
Chukwu
Kamsiyo
Ume.
Chukwu. Thank you for thank you for helping me.
Kamsiyo Chukwu Ume.
Because I've murdered that name. Like seriously.
That which I begged of the Lord.
Wow.
That's
That which I begged of the Lord.
Lord.
She's really living up to her name.
I tell you.
You understand? She's really, sometimes that's when people talk about the kind of names you give to your kids. It goes a long way. It goes a long way because that is what you call them like on a daily basis. That is what becomes of them. And some elements of prayer to also back it up because we've seen people bearing education and they are in the parks.
She's
they are
just
in the parks.
16.
Yeah, she's just 16.
She's just 16.
She's just 16. That is to say, by 21, she should at least be done with her first degrees.
I tell you.
Wow.
And I see that girl picking up some PhD under 30.
I'm telling you, under 30, under 30, under 30. Not to forget, just last week we celebrated the young girl who got her MSc at 24,
at 24,
and she happens to be the youngest lecturer.
Become a lecturer.
Yes.
I mean,
so I think she might just also be following suit, and we are putting our eyes on her, and we hope
we'll just keep tabs on her.
Absolutely, we hope she comes out very, very successful. Now, let's talk about the second story. I know you are also itching about this. Twitter these days has become like everybody wants that traction on Twitter. And you begin to ask yourself, what exactly is happening? What everybody wants to be a part, everybody wants to get a peel or a slice of Elon Musk's largest. Let's also put it out there that Twitter, the X, they call it the X app now, has started paying revenues generated from ads to Twitter users. Depends on the kind of traction, the kind of number of followers you have, the number of likes, number of retweets, number of comments you have. Basically, the number of engagement you have determines how much you might get at the end of the week or at the end of the month from Elon Musk from the X app.
But I think the content creators are the ones that are going to actually make more money.
Absolutely, yeah.
I think these people are doing that already. Instagram and these other people, TikTok, they already are paying, content creators. So he's just coming in to do what's been on. And let's see how his plays out. Elon Musk knows how to handle his business. I think he's going to do well with this.
Absolutely. But I think for Elon Musk, him coming down at this time, for me, is a noble one. Not to forget that Jack was the owner of Twitter for a long time. He never made public how much Twitter generates annually. But Elon Musk has made public how much Twitter has generated so far since he took over and how much the projection they have for the rest of the year or in a year's time. So
that to me is transparency.
Transparency. But to be honest, it's a private business. Elon Musk owes
it nobody, of course.
He owes nobody.
But he just feels, look, let's put it out there. It would encourage people to do even more.
And away from the X app largesse, let's talk about one that affects you and I, that affects family, that affects actually married people. A young lady came out, a woman precisely came out on Twitter in the course of the week on social media, both on Facebook and Twitter. I remember I saw that post. Where she complained that the husband has not been intimate with her for over 3 years, precisely since 2020, that they've been having a cold relationship, and she's seeking advice either she should file for divorce, cheat on the husband, or whatever advice she can get from the public space. And you must also ask, this, is social media the place to really come seek advice like this? Because you could see the kind of bizarre comment people are putting on that. The man already has another wife, is cheating somewhere, is that the woman should go and cheat, she should go and get another guy, she should get... So those kind of stuff.
Well, I sometimes I wonder how we got to this place.
Sure.
If you're having issues in your marriage, in your family, for goodness sake, you people started from somewhere.
Sure.
You didn't start this whole thing on social media. Go back to the basics. You have a mother, you have parents. I mean, it's a marriage, for goodness sake. Some people came together to give you people to one another.
Yeah.
So I expect you, if you're having such problems, you take it back home.
Those are the kind of things.
I mean, the man should have parents. Take the issue to
father
them.
Reach out to father, mother reach out to mother, like that. I think it's something that the elderly should be able to
you
sort
don't
out.
bring your marriage to social media and then you begin to...
Because
you get some silly comments like you rightly pointed out. Some people say, go and this, go and that. That's crazy.
Because I feel at that time, the man will definitely be more open to his father if his father is alive.
Absolutely.
Or more open to his mother if his mother is alive. And also, the man can even still be more open to the father-in-law. Again, so I think these are the areas.
And then again, you're coming from somewhere. You must have a religious, if it's your alpha,
leader,
if it's your pastor,
yes.
The people who joined you.
Sure.
You can go to them.
Sure.
We have marriage counselors in churches. In the Islamic world, I don't know what they have, but I know in churches you have these things. It can be handled from there rather than coming to some public space to discuss marriage. I don't think I'm down with those kind of things. I'm not.
Well, interesting. Away from, we just hope that the lady finds peace. That's just me. I hope she finds peace. I hope that the husband...
But she should know she can't find peace
on social media.
There's no
For
peace
me,
on social media
is absolutely not the place.
It's a no-no.
Not a place. And away from that, let's go to our next story, more like a more sober one. Our comedian AY came out in the course of the week to also thank the wife and also those who supported him while his mansion in Lagos caught fire. Remember that video made the rounds of his house in Lagos. I remember that very beautiful place because some of us have been privileged to be there when the house was open. There was a barge, there was a major event there. It was a beautiful house and got burnt, and seriously, got burnt seriously. But the comedian is happy that the wife is safe, the kids are safe, and he's just thanking the wife for the support and those who also supported him through this very difficult phase.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm thinking it's what the wife should do. You don't up and leave when something goes wrong.
I don't even think it's even right to come thanking a wife at this time.
That's her job. It's her job as a wife. After all, it's for better, for worse. You're there while all was rosy. And if something goes wrong, stick there. I mean, make the best of it.
That situation.
Your job as a woman is to support your man. And if you're not doing that, you have failed absolutely. You failed the marriage, you failed the man, you failed yourself. That's the truth of the matter. The job of wives is to stick with their husbands through thick and thin. That's just the job.
Wow, interesting.
It is a job. Some women don't know marriage is a job. It is a job.
It's a career.
It's a career full-time that has no retirement. The only way you can retire out of it is maybe when you pass on. But if you're still alive, stay there.
Wow, interesting. I hope this message definitely...
What I like about his tweet is, thanking his fans and people who have been praying for him and supporting him through the course of his problem. Those are the people you should thank, but not the wife who it's her job. She should be even thanking people.
The wife should even be thanking people because she's also part of the whole stuff.
She's part of the whole thing.
Wow, interesting. And away from that, let's talk about BB Naija. I know Chuks is not a fan, but
you can say that again.
We must continue to talk about BB Naija. We must continue to, because the show is on our screen. We're already seeing issues with Ike, or what they call him, and Messi Lambo. But this time around, remember, Princess happens to be the first housemate to be evicted, just last week. And she also came out on social media to blast the organizers of the show that she was unjustly evicted, that she had more votes than some persons who were allowed to stay, that the judges were biased, and more like trying to instigate her fans against organizers of the show. Not to forget, same Princess said the very day she left the house, she did a video. She said she dates a billionaire and she cannot go and be fighting or shouting on national TV to entertain the viewers.
Then that place is not her spot.
Sure.
It's not her spot.
Sure.
You know, she was in one particular one. She was the first to be evicted.
Evicted, yes.
Here again, you're the first to be evicted. Then there's something she's not doing right there. Because that place is a place where you come and you put all the crazy stunts. That's what gives the show its backbone. So if you're not going to do that, then it's not a place for you.
Sure.
Let's go.
Yes, it's absolutely not a place for her because she happens to be the much reserved type.
Yeah.
She doesn't quibble much. She doesn't communicate.
And she doesn't cause trouble.
She doesn't cause trouble.
So you should cause trouble when you're in the house.
Yeah, that is exactly why you are there. And away from that, finally on what's trending, let's talk about a sober one. Celine Dion's family are still very, very hopeful that they can find a cure for this stiff person syndrome that she is currently battling with. Celine Dion. I remember growing up, those days, Love and Celine Dion, they are like this. Celine Dion.
It's not the sober one for me. It's a sad one.
Wow.
I love the lady.
Sure.
She's a brilliant singer.
She will live. I feel she would live forever. She has given songs that
songs that would outlive her.
That would outlive her.
So I really don't know what to say. But it's a good thing that one of the siblings has moved in with her to at least help her out in one or two ways. But I don't know.
But she couldn't stand. Like they needed to carry her.
It's called stiff
person
syndrome. She's stiff.
She's stiff. Wow.
And her skin is just gradually leaving her. What's left of her is just her bones.
Wow, I saw
her. Like paint, skin painted upon the bone.
Where could this be from? Is it as a result of her vocals? Some of the training she has been to, singing, like she was. I think people should begin to look out for this.
I'm not sure it's about the singing. I'm not sure it's about the training with the singing. It's just ailment. And when they come, you really sometimes you don't know where they're from.
And we hope that she gets better, and we're praying for her. Family platform will love Celine Dion. I'm a big fan of Celine Dion because I grew up also listening to evergreen songs. We are going on a quick break at this time. Let's have you the quotable quotes as well as a song for the week. Enjoy.
We don't like to eat better, more nutritious meals, more veggies, but we want it tasty and easy